A Killer in the Wind by Andrew Klavan. Narrated by the author. This book is for Bill Korchinski and Cynthia Withers. Chapter 1. A Killer in the Wind. Maybe it was the dark house on the edge of town, the murderer waiting for me inside, but I thought about the ghosts that night, that last April night, before they all came back to haunt me. We had gotten a warrant a week before, out of Tennessee. A killer in the wind. Frank Baggett, his name was. He had beaten the girl to death in Nashville, God knows why. Had outrun the police when they moved in on him, shooting one officer in the leg, shattering his shin bone. He was armed and dangerous, without much to lose, and I had a feeling from the start he'd be heading my way. He had a sister in my little corner of downstate New York, that's why I was expecting him. Bess McIntyre, in her 30s, mother of 2, managed the home department at Walmart. She'd crossed my path a couple of times, a harried bottle blonde with an edge of tenderness I kind of admired. Losing her looks early, which was probably just as well, since her looks hadn't helped her much, but only drew in a string of men with the sort of personalities that would have been much improved by a shovel to the back of the head. The last man I mean, 2 or 3 in after the McIntyre who'd left her with his name and the second kid, was a local lowlife, Harvey Salem. Took to cooking up meth in the little tool shed in her backyard. Finally, one day, Harvey fireballed the shed and blew himself home to Jesus, assuming Jesus was in one of his forgiving moods. I caught the investigation. Took me about 17 seconds to find the cash he'd hung up in the septic riser. I glanced down at it, glanced up, and saw Bess watching me from the house window. That was about a year's pay to her in that plastic bag down there. No way she'd be able to keep the house without it. I just closed that riser right up again. Investigation over. So I'm not saying she owed me, but she did owe me, and she knew it. That's why I figured when Brother Frank came to her looking for a place to hide, I might be the best one to go see her and smoke him out. And so it came to pass. Because that's the thing about being a fugitive. You can't run away from your own life. Oh, it's easy enough to disappear in this country. You slip your local cops, leave the state, get a fake ID, you're gone. On television shows, a hunted man has to always be looking over his shoulder wherever he goes. Police are watching for him on every corner. Newscasters are putting his picture on TV. Helicopters are flying around, searching the area, and so on. Maybe it would be like that in real life, too, if police...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?